Hey, and welcome back to the Rick and Dafs podcast. I'm Rick.
I'm Dafs.
I'm Stacy.
I'm Molly.
And we are here unscripted and raw.
That is right, Rick. And first off, Stacy, I want to say excellent energy that you have on saying your name. It was clear, it was concise, and you leaned in. That's going to be important in your new management job.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
So this week, we are having Stacy here to give her advice on her new job as manager of her team.
Yeah.
And she so sorely needs our advice and guiding hands because I feel like she hasn't struck fear in nearly enough of her subordinates.
You guys are the outside voice I've been looking for.
We've really been begging for somebody to listen to us for a long time, not only on the podcast, but just in general.
Yeah.
And you, unfortunately, are like contractually obligated to be here due to your other concurrent contractual obligation to be married to Dafs.
I brought my own soapbox.
So, you are here, and we're going to help you take your career to the next level. We might, if this goes well, we might even launch our own business.
I think we absolutely should. That's right, Rick. And also, we have Molly here as an outside perspective. The neutral party, every man off the street.
Yes.
So
Molly, welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, quick question. As the client, am I allowed to refuse any of your advice?
First mistake. You never ask questions. You know all the information you need to know.
Yeah.
And if other people bring up things that you don't know, that's on them.
As the client?
I think
or as the manager?
I think as the manager.
As the manager.
But
it starts now.
As we kind of we'll go through this. I mean, you'll have your chance to ask us some questions and get some feedback, but really this is just about us taking your management style to the next level.
Gotcha.
So we're going to start off by asking you, I think, a couple more questions about your job.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
So you don't have to go into great detail, but overall, what kind of job are you doing and how many people are you managing?
I will be managing 2 and then 3 people later on this year.
3 people. Mm-hmm. Okay, and what kind of jobs are those people going to be doing?
Technical jobs.
Technical jobs.
Programming.
When you say technical,
Yeah.
do you mean like programming computers or like programming the microwave? Like what kind of technical are we talking about?
Programming computers and then doing data analysis.
Ooh, okay. So analyzing data. Do you work for a baseball team?
I do not.
Okay. We'll figure that out later on.
I'm sorry.
It's not very important, honestly.
I feel like I've already failed you, Rick.
Your management job.
I had the wrong job right off the bat.
Yeah. All right.
I don't work for the Mariners.
Let me just erase my notes here that I made.
For those of you who are listening, Rick is currently lighting all his notes on fire.
Yeah.
He has a gambling issue.
Yeah, I had a list of trades already ready to go.
I'm sorry to disappoint.
Yes, I'm very disappointed. Okay, any other questions about her job that you can think of? So 2 to 3 people, technical jobs. Mm-hmm. What kind of hours do your people work?
9 to 5.
9 to 5, not anymore.
Correction. Whatever hours you tell them to work.
We'll get into that later. So they are directly reporting to you.
Yes.
Okay. And how many do you have somebody you're reporting to?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
No, I'm at the very top.
The tippity top.
You answer to no one.
I answer to God and this country, and that's it.
Any other questions you think might be pertinent? So managing 2 to 3 people in a technical job. Have you ever managed people before?
Yes.
Okay. And how many have you fired?
0.
Okay, well that's disappointing.
Hopeless.
Yeah.
Just completely hopeless.
Okay.
You guys, this is why I need help.
Yeah, clearly.
I need to know what to do.
Clearly. Any other questions you think might be pertinent?
What amount of previous experience do your new employees have?
They've all...
Trick question. It doesn't matter. Nothing before today matters. You will reshape them like wet clay in the hands of a kindergartner.
Are any of them older than you? Are they all around your age or younger?
About my age or younger.
Okay, got it.
How tall are they?
That's important.
I think I'm the shortest one.
Ugh. Okay.
And I also got rid of all my heels. That was a bad decision.
No. Heels you don't want to do it. You can't take someone to the ground in heels very
Combat
easily.
boots, though.
Combat boots.
I do have combat
There you
boots.
go.
All
Any
right, there's hope.
questions Molly wants to ask as the neutral observer? Any questions
No.
you'd like to know about her job?
But a
going in?
neutral observer would like to point out that stilettos can be quite dangerous.
Yeah, you could
as
break an
heels.
ankle pretty easily.
You could also stab people with
That's
them.
why they're not allowed in prisons.
Yeah, that's true.
Rick knows this from his extensive prison experience.
Intensive time in prison. We were not allowed to wear stilettos. I could only assume it was because of the use of it as a weapon.
I'm just picturing you as Prison Rick. With like the bandana.
Oh, yeah. Like Prison Mike
Yes.
from The Office. Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, I think we should
Dive in.
Dive
okay,
in.
Let's see. I have a list of notes here on my phone. I'll just pull up. Do you have any notes that you've taken?
He tried to burn these. It didn't work.
all up here.
Okay, so I think the first thing that Dafs and I really feel like, and it might be a little late because you've already come in, but there's always time to turn things around. I mean, you probably already started off on like showing weakness, but you're gonna have to change that. So I would like you to start asserting your dominance as soon as possible, Stacy. And there are a lot of ways that you can do that. Dafs, I think you have a couple good ones.
I do. We're going to stick with the ABCs. Always be correcting.
Oh, God.
You need to know information in your heart, not your mind.
I feel like that's backwards.
If a number doesn't sound right to you, it's not right to you. Okay. Go ahead and try this here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do some role playing. Yeah.
All right,
I think
I'm
we have a-
ready.
How much does an elephant weigh?
422 pounds.
There's no way you could possibly know that. Get
my-
that bullshit out of here.
Oh my
Come back
gosh.
with real numbers. See, that's what you want to do. That might be the right answer, but I could tell by your tone that you didn't know. You didn't know it was the right answer.
The other thing I'd like you to do is immediately fire one of your employees
Oh yeah,
to assert dominance on the basically come in and if they look at you the wrong way, or you could also have a series of challenges. That's another option. Gather round, team. This is a meeting. Trick question. Then you slam like a test down on the table. You have 5 minutes. The lowest score will be fired.
Yep. And you only give them one fewer pencils, and there are people in the room.
Then you leave. You lock the door.
Yeah. There's no sharing.
Yeah.
That's a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
So you
If-
make
if-
them like spoons rules.
Yes. If you're not allowed to fire someone right off the bat due to HR unions or some other crap, you have a friend pose as an employee.
That's a good Molly. You could do that. You could come in as the new employee.
And you humiliate them.
Yeah, and then fire her
And fire
immediately.
them.
Yeah, that's actually even better because
know-
then you can put the fear that you need into your team so you can mold them.
To make this more believable, really what you should show up with is a personality test that they all need to take.
Oh
Whoa.
gosh.
And then based on the personality test results, you fire one of them.
But you tell them that.
But you could bring in, I guess, the poser.
Yeah.
And fire
you
them
could be
based off of that.
Larry, let's just use that name as an example. Larry, your personality test revealed that you are spineless and weak. You may go to your desk.
Oh, so it's like I have to choose them based on how compliant they are.
Yeah, you are the perfect tool. I will mold you into a champion, Larry.
If you want to instill a fear of God, though, you don't tell them why they stay or go. You just say, based on your results, you get to stay.
Oh gosh.
You're fired. And then they are left to question what it is about their personality.
Here's another
results.
thing I would like you to do. For those of you who do not know, Stacy, you have an extensive background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, do you not?
It's true.
You have been doing this for how many years?
4.
Okay, so what I would like you to do is hire an actor to come in. The biggest person you can find, you will hire them. You will give everybody the personality test on that day. You're like, now that we've got this new employee, we're going to do this thing. Then you fire them immediately. Your personality test revealed that you are fired. Then they charge you. Using your jujitsu moves, you take them to the ground and subdue them.
Oh.
And then call security and have them escorted out. This is a perfect way to establish dominance. Put the fear of God into your team.
On my first day.
Yeah, you immediately take out this giant.
And then when they leave, you say, I respect him. Because he tried to kill me.
I just make it into a David and Goliath story about myself.
I think
And
it's...
then, no, there's another step to this.
Oh.
Then the next Monday, there is a painter in your office depicting the scene of this attack on the wall.
exaggerated to the nth degree.
Yeah.
Though.
With
So
you
every time
basically
a
as a Greek
significant
god.
event occurs,
Yeah,
a painter
it is-
shows up the following Monday to paint this depicted scene.
That's exactly what's
We're
going
like
to happen.
back to ancient Egyptian
Yes.
style.
You're
It's like a mural showing me doing various athletic
exactly.
activities.
You
And,
should
like,
actually probably have somebody coming in showing you at your previous job, whatever it might have been. But you write you have like it kind of like hieroglyphs, like on the pyramids and stuff,
It's like
depicting you firing and beating up people at your previous job, and that's already there. And
Yeah.
then you walking to your next job with a big bundle of cash.
and then like there's me throwing a discus in there somewhere.
Yeah,
You're like,
that feats of strength.
yeah, javelin.
That's
You can't
good.
forget the javelin contest.
Now that we're already talking about your office, I'm pretty sure this is a good transition when you say. I think your office is a place also to establish dominance. This is your base of power.
You need an elevated desk with an even more
that's-
elevated chair.
And that's actually not true. You need a hydraulic desk.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That is
you need
right.
a hydraulic desk. The reason for the hydraulic desk is, of course, somebody comes in, you've already you're like, oh, sit down. You push a button, your desk and your chair just start going up. Until you're at a comfortable level, then here's maybe the meeting isn't going well. They're giving you some lip. Guess what happens? The desk continues to rise until you are basically like in the equivalent of a Supreme Court justice's level. I would also recommend maybe you could hire somebody to put some slats so the desk as it goes up also still goes to the floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Ranking is going to be really important for you to make sure people know where they stand at
Yeah.
any
Your
given
3
moment.
employees.
You need to have a ranking that's in the office readily visible.
Names are not nearly as important as numbers.
Oh god.
So calling someone number 1 or number 3
I mean,
is
like Picard does in
Yeah.
Star Trek.
yeah, and that will change. And they better remember what number they are week to week.
Yeah.
And to help them remember, you'll have a hacksaw that is in there. And you'll go around and you'll shorten the legs of their chairs so they're at appropriate heights.
Yeah.
While they're sitting in them? Or do
Actually,
they wait
you won't
till-
do it. The last person will be the one that
Yeah.
does it. Yeah. Or the highest person.
They're
whichever
having
you
to
prefer.
saw down the legs of their own chair
Yeah.
and then sit practically on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you have any
goodness.
questions so far? I think it's all pretty practical so far.
Yeah, it
Lots
seems,
of practical
it
advice.
seems really relatable and
Yeah.
true to life, and definitely something that I would do.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad. I'm really appreciating how much you are being open-minded.
Can we go back to the mural of me throwing the discus?
Sure.
Can we incorporate that somehow, like, into everyday conversations? I feel like celebrating my feats of strength.
Your
is
feats of
important.
strength should be that's
Your
well,
feats of strength from the past.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah, actually that's a really good segue into one of my other things I'd like you to start doing, and that's long, winding stories that always come back to you doing something incredible.
Yeah. Defeating an enemy, a presentation, something that like is all about me, really.
Throwing a discus.
Throwing a discus.
The time you beat Reagan in golf.
Yeah.
I call him Ronald.
Ronnie, really.
Ronnie.
Yeah. That's all very important. You need to tell long, winding stories that don't go anywhere, and then quiz them on it. Mm-hmm. And how far did I throw the discus?
You want to make them your hype men.
Yeah.
The answer is super far.
Since we're already since we're still in your office, so I would like you to also have on your office wall, on the other wall. So you've got the mural on the one side, and then on the other side, I would like you to have a plaque that says "My Heroes," and Cruella de Vil, Cersei Lannister, and Amy Klobuchar will be featured prominently on each one.
And then like Buddha, because I'm like really about peace and.
Nope, only
No?
power.
Okay.
Zhao Zedong.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm sorry for failing you.
Yes.
I think Buddha would be a good balancing hero to have in there, just to throw them off,
Oh,
or have them thinking they're all connected and related in a way. So
yeah,
now
that's a good point. Like when you ask them into the room, you need to be like, now, what do you think these 4 people have in common?
I actually think Gandhi might be better than Buddha, though.
Ooh.
You know, Gandhi would be a good one to have on there.
It's like peace and stuff.
Yeah, he was pretty powerful too.
That's true.
They don't take crap off of nobody. That's what they all have in common. Now get the hell out of my office.
Speaking of being in the office, undoubtedly at some point, one of your subordinates will come in with a question or something. You want to make them feel off their game right away, as if they're interrupting something important. So you're going to want to have a half-eaten sandwich on your desk at all times. ABCs, always be chewing. You want to make it very clear that they are interrupting your 10 a.m. lunch.
Does the sandwich type matter?
It does not. Preferably crunchy and messy.
Okay.
Yes.
What
Another.
about her meditative sessions?
Oh yeah, she'll be meditating. Good point.
With a samurai sword.
You'll be meditating a lot.
Yeah.
You'll be meditating a lot. With a samurai sword.
Always be concentrating.
You'll just constantly be saying the ABCs of whatever it is, and the C will always be something different.
Yes.
Do I get to play like office golf with a coffee mug?
Another one of your you
Yeah.
can definitely do that, but
Okay.
While you're talking about your days with Ronnie.
Yes.
but the mug will be invariably on one of your employees' desks.
It'll be an employee mug.
Yeah.
What you'll do is you'll find an employee that has a world's best dad mug and confiscate that and use that to practice golf with in your office.
Here's another ABC for you. Always be constipated, because a constipated worker is a worker that doesn't need to go to the bathroom. That's what you
I
want.
just feed lots of sauerkraut to my
Sauerkraut
employees.
and steaks.
Bran
but
muffins.
Old steaks.
Bran muffins. I thought that was supposed to make you regular.
Not if you eat enough of them. It's like cement.
So no water, just bran muffins
Just bran muffins.
with nothing to drink.
Oh god.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I would like you to put the water cooler in your office.
Ooh, good question.
Yeah. The water cooler is now in your office, and if they want water, they have to be willing to come into your office.
And then you can berate them about being lazy and taking too many breaks.
Yeah, how many
Water
glasses of water have
again?
you had today, Steve?
Steve.
You were in here yesterday, Steve.
How much water do you need?
You look like you need more bran.
And then one day, randomly, it's just filled with vodka.
And then you can accuse them of being drunk at work.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You're not holding your liquor, Sally.
Did I tell you about my discus?
I would like you have 4 walls. Every single wall will be representative of something else. One will just be black. and you will just randomly be staring into it at times, and you will ask them to come in and look with you and stare into the wall. And you will ask them what they see. And whatever they say that they see, they're wrong.
I like it. This feels right.
Good. Good, I'm glad. Let's see. Any other suggestions that you have, Dafs?
I feel like it's important to be really into things that other people don't understand. So,
Yeah.
for instance,
Yeah.
having a small bonsai tree that you spend a lot of time focusing on, but putting it in precarious positions where your employees might knock it over, so that at some point you're allowed to have at least one massive freak out every month of someone who's destroyed your precious bonsai tree.
Yeah. But you always seem to have more, which is very confusing.
I just produce them out of nowhere.
Yeah, you go
Really-
into a closet and there's like 15 in there.
Really important to have random phone calls during meetings where you yell at someone in a different language.
Yes. You don't need to know many phrases. You just need to know how to yell one phrase and then you're fired in 5 or 6 languages.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah. That's another way to establish dominance. Another thing, always call your employees by the wrong name at least once a week. So that they know that they're not important and easily replaceable.
I just call them by the name of the last person that got fired.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's good. See, that's a good touch.
I
She's
feel
learning.
like I'm learning.
Yeah, you're definitely learning. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. I'm Sally. Oh, I'm sorry. We had to let Cheryl go. You actually filled her role. I'm still not quite, I guess, used to you. And then all of a sudden you're just taking notes randomly after you say that. You're taking notes a lot.
Yeah.
Just unsettling number of notes.
Am I actually writing anything down?
Maybe your grocery list.
You always have the option of having a voice recorder that you speak into for notes that you say in front of people, and you get very defensive if they're listening in.
Yeah. I would also like you to be CCing everybody in the office on every email that you send about your employees.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Public
entire-
listserv,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, exactly. This is terrible work, Tommy. I need you to take it up a notch. Number 3. CC everyone.
I should have an inspirational quote in my email signature. That's all
Leap
about
for
like,
the stars. You may not catch them, but you might learn
you,
to.
you
But you
probably
might learn
won't
to
catch them.
Yeah.
ABCs, always be chanting. Nothing brings a team together like having a motto they have to say whenever you hit a bell.
Yeah. And it shouldn't just be any bell. It should be a ship's bell from an old sailing ship.
What should the phrase be?
Something that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but clearly makes them feel bad about themselves.
I don't know.
I think I can.
Only together are we important.
Yeah. Only together are we important. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's really good. Only together are we important.
It seems like it's cheerful and great, and then you realize, no, not really.
Or, yeah, something about being in the inner circle, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll think on it.
Build
I'm sure that there are
distrust.
some really good things you can find, slogans from totalitarian regimes throughout history.
Some Machiavellian.
Blood
but-
alone turns the wheels of history.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Mussolini said that. You could
What is
definitely.
that war, like the guy who wrote all the memoirs about war?
War is heck.
Oh, no. You're the
Art of War.
Art of War by...
Oh, yeah.
I know.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could also be something really obscure, like crouch like lightning, fly like wind.
Sun Tzu.
Fly like, wind.
Like something that doesn't make any sense, and then ask them to like tell you about it. I think that they should have homework, and that homework should be to write essays on different things.
On like the time that I defeated such and such enemy and how
Yeah.
it inspires
Or a
them.
book that you've never read, but you want to know about it.
So I don't want to read it, so I make them read it.
And then summarize
Give me
the
a book
salient
report.
points. Yeah, the salient points for you. So, okay, I think this would be a good time to take a pause and ask our neutral observer what she thinks are the 5 best suggestions that we've given.
The 5 best suggestions.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Giving everyone a personality test and then
That was your
immediately firing them.
But I like the self-serving compliment you gave yourself.
She's already got a lot of
That's
this down.
important.
Molly's internalizing all this.
We
advice.
might be dumping you as a client and picking up the man on the street.
That's okay. I feel like I would be pretty terrible if I followed your advice.
No, you would be promoted because you would have your team working harder than any other team because they would not know what's even happening. You want them in a constant state of confusion and fear, and only then will you be able to control them. You are creating your own totalitarian regime, one piece at a time. And every time you get a promotion, that's, however many more people that you've now recruited into
More
your
workers
regime.
for the empire.
Uh-huh. Exactly. When you talk to your superiors, you always need to be talking about the business as if it is the only thing that exists. Anyways, back to you, Molly.
Yes, thank you. Hydraulic desk, that'd be pretty cool. Just keep a
Definitely.
ladder close by in case it breaks.
Yeah.
Or if I forget.
Yeah, and you have to climb up.
Yeah.
That would also be good too because,
It
one
would
day
show
you...
off my muscular calves as I ascend.
Well, I also was thinking maybe you could get like a lifeguard chair that sometimes you just are constantly sitting in it.
In the office while they're working.
Yeah.
There's no water anywhere.
Yeah, you could be in the lifeguard chair with the bullhorn, just yelling out over
Just
them.
saying no running.
Yeah.
Everyone's still at their
Yeah.
desk. No
Go
It's a
running.
metaphor.
Type faster.
Yeah. And that way you could survey your empire from,
It's like a modern day throne.
Exactly. Yes. We all respect the lifeguard above all,
That's true.
if you haven't noticed. Most respected profession at the swimming
That's
pool.
why they get paid so much.
Most respected profession at the swimming pool, for sure.
It's true.
I like the ABCs, especially how the C always changes for what it stands for.
Always be complaining about your employees. And you should be constantly telling them that. Remember the ABCs, and then it's whatever just comes to mind.
You may need a thesaurus for C words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out pretty quick. I might need to branch out.
I think you're right for another one. Always be comparing.
Yeah.
And I don't mean how good number 3 is to number 2. No. How good number 3 is to his older brother who you're now friends with. You want to break them as a person, not as an employee. Broken people stay late at the office.
Oh my gosh.
Brandon seems like he's doing really well. Who's Brandon? You know Brandon, your brother.
Yeah.
How do you know Brandon? We're poker buddies. He's a great guy. Wish I could have hired him.
Oh my gosh.
Brandon is a
Dafs, that's like some next level.
Brandon is a tax attorney. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
Psychology.
would be incredible at this job too. He can do anything he sets his mind to. It's too bad it doesn't run in the family.
In the mural, Brandon suddenly appears
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah, Brandon's there.
The painters came overnight.
Which
and
brings
added
up
him.
my 4th favorite point is the mural.
Yeah, the hieroglyph mural. It's
Yes.
great. Yeah.
You need to immemorialize every significant event.
I feel like I need to be like on a centaur with a spear in my hand.
Yeah.
And your discus.
And my discus.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to amend one thing though. I would like your discus to instead be a chakram.
Ooh, Xena.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I can.
Xena could also be on your wall.
But like lower than me because I'm really awesome.
Yeah. You could also be on your hero
I'll just
list
make
of
her
heroes.
shorter by just like an inch or
Here's
two.
the thing that I think that would be really beneficial. Send out a list of inspiring like quotes or whatever, like whenever they're working on something. but like 50% to 75% are just quotes from you.
They're just like when you cite the author, it's just me.
Yeah, Stacy Mahuna. Reach for your dreams, even if you fail. Stacy Mahuna. And then
And it's like clips from the Constitution. It's me.
Just be constantly, and like basically you're also asserting that you belong on and there's like quotes from like Thomas Jefferson and like famous people, and then you're also in there.
Always be copying.
Yeah, always be copying. If you're not stealing from the other companies, then I don't even know what we're here for.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah, exactly. You need to be ultra passionate about the job, and you need to also give long speeches about that too. Mm-hmm. And then you need to constantly be saying, "This is war."
This is war.
All the time.
Always be cutthroat.
Yeah. Be declaring war on random things. Mm-hmm. I declare war on tardiness. The next person who is tardy is fired.
You start moving all the clocks forward 1 minute each week.
Yes. I would like you to also install a large prize wheel.
Rick, the prize wheel.
The prize
will
wheel
always
is a
be-
classic staple of everything I do. And there can be prizes and punishments, but mostly punishments. I'm sorry, Jim. You are now number 3, which means that you need to spin the wheel of punishments.
It lands on like a trapdoor one, and so like just opens underneath his desk.
That or he has to do number 2's work for the day. Mm-hmm. Number 2, you may go home. Congratulations.
Was I talking to you, Rick, about a teacher who had a spinning wheel for No Fair Fridays?
That was my cousin, who was also a world-class leader, who would just say, life's not fair. You were late. You get an A on the test. Life's not fair.
Really?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
How dare you?
I'm
How
sorry.
dare you
I'm
judge
sorry.
her magnificent...
I didn't accept the advice wholesale.
But yep, she
I'll
had
learn.
No Fair Fridays.
Yeah.
ABCs, always be questioning.
What? Question.
What?
That's perfect.
What?
Like some of them should be misspelled, and that will really confuse them. And if they ask you about it, then-
Always be correcting.
and then if they don't question the always be questioning, then they're fired. I think I have one last suggestion. Let's see here. I would also like you, I mean, we've already touched on the staff splitting, but I would definitely like you to be encouraging them to report each other as much as possible.
Oh gosh.
So that there are prizes for people that turn other people in for even the smallest malfeasances. For example, just not labeling your food in the refrigerator. That means you don't get to eat lunch.
They just go to the fridge and then they look over and I'm eating their sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. Or you need to have a freak out that involves destroying everything in the fridge.
Oh gosh.
You know what? You're terrible employees. I think that you don't deserve to eat.
I just
And then you just take your hand and then tell them to clean it up and
make a
walk
tiny
away.
bonfire of their lunch in the middle of the living room or the
Yes.
lunchroom table.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think it's also important to have really late after work team building exercises that they have to show up to.
At
Mandatory.
like 10 p.m.
Yeah, like 7 p.m. on a Friday. And it's doing an activity that you're good at and you enjoy,
Yeah.
but no one else really is.
Like
Yeah.
discus throwing.
No, actually like jujitsu. And then you will beat them all up.
Today I need to practice my ankle locks.
Yeah.
So line up.
Yeah, exactly.
Archery.
Oh god. Some sort of feats of strength.
Yeah, it will always
Something-
be feats of strength.
Inherently dangerous.
And somebody should be attacked. Like, you should be attacked at the office at least once a month by somebody that you beat up.
Just like in general?
Yeah.
Should I ask them to attack me? Or
You should constantly be challenging your employees to attack you, to come at you. If you think that if you think that I'm not fit to be boss, then come and get me. Do it the ways of the jungle.
Put me in my place.
Yeah, put me in my place.
I
Exactly.
take my samurai sword off its scabbard.
No.
Put you in yours.
You need to show up just wearing, like, it's like a random Thursday. You're like, okay. You show up wearing your jujitsu gi. Just, okay, you know what? I've heard that some of you are disgruntled. And I would like to ask any of you that think you could do a better job to come at me.
So
Come get me.
always be challenging.
I think showing up to work on time still, but with like a little bit of blood on you and some clear bruises. And when someone asks if you're okay, just say, made a new friend.
There's like leaves in my hair.
One day you should be just wearing a necklace made of teeth.
I went to Trader Joe's. It was great.
You should. Your retreats are actually, instead of like retreats, are excruciating, painful, like death marches
Oh my gosh.
in the wilderness.
The like
And you will be helicoptered in after they reach their destination.
gosh.
Oh gosh, because that's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
Yeah.
My
okay.
mind is spinning with all the possibilities.
Yeah. So, given all the advice that we've given you, do we have any more advice?
I don't know.
I mean, we've basically given you almost 35 minutes of our time. You probably owe us, I mean, if you were like not married to one of us, we would probably, how much will we charge?
I get a deal.
Firstborn child.
Or a meatball sub. At least that.
Maybe 1% of your salary. That's probably how it will work on commissions from salaries.
Yeah.
So, like, this is our trial. Would you hire us, first of all? You can be honest.
Of course.
I don't think she's being honest now.
She's not being honest.
Yeah.
Which means she's smart.
I was trying to make you feel better.
You're lying.
I am lying.
Your lying is pretty terrible.
It is.
I need you to work on your lying. If we were going to be if you were going to be a client of ours, we would probably have lying sessions that we would go through.
It is difficult though, because lying is inherently hard to do to someone.
Yeah.
See? That easy.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'll try better next time.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm sorry I failed you.
Never apologize. That's another. I don't think she's ready.
No.
Although, I do think that there should be some kind of ranking system besides just names and height of chairs, like a belt system,
Yeah.
or pins, or ceremonial sashes. Something obnoxiously difficult to clean, take care of,
That they
and
have to wear every day.
They have like it dry cleaned, and it has to be like pressed, and you'll demote them or whatever if
It's
they
like
have
the
like the
smoking-
crease wrong.
Like a smoking jacket that you have to wear.
Every day. Okay. Well, it's been, I think that's been good advice that we've given. Now let's just talk openly, and honestly. And I actually mean that. Stacy, what did you think of our advice?
Oh God, it was awful.
Awful.
It's real bad.
What's wrong with it?
Everything is completely inappropriate and unmentionable.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that all of that is not illegal. There's nothing
That's the best part is that none of it is inherently illegal.
yeah. It's a gray area at worst.
I don't know.
Having somebody attack you in the office is totally fine.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's totally doable.
Of
You
all
do
the-
have do you have firing power?
No.
How do you not? Well, that's your first problem. You need to have firing power.
I don't know if you can legally fire someone based on personality test results.
No, absolutely not.
That's why you have a ringer come in and you fire them.
That's not for us to decide. That's for the Supreme Court of Washington State to decide.
Yeah, exactly. A protracted court battle always favors the giant company.
Eating
There's
other
anything
people's
Donald
food.
Trump has taught us.
Cool. I think the only piece of advice that I really enjoyed was the murals of myself on the office wall. I feel like that.
If you're going to lean
gonna
into
take
being
that
an
with me.
eccentric crazy,
Yeah, that's not
you
illegal.
can't just take part of it. You have to take all of it. It doesn't work without the rest
Stacy,
of
you
it.
don't get to choose what pieces of insanity you want. You just
Yeah.
have to take all of it.
Yeah.
I will say, if you want to have a wall of my heroes, I personally would just have a self-portrait.
I just cross out everyone else's name, or it's just my name
Yeah,
50
just-
times.
I would
Just
also,
yourself
I mean, I know
at your
that
different stages of life.
I know that-
Stacy in first grade,
I know-
Stacy in second grade.
I know that this segment is over, but
Stacy the discus
I
thrower.
really do think that if you got an employee of the month that had somebody else's name and then crossed it out and then in Sharpie wrote your own name in and hung it on the wall, that would be good.
I feel like you and HR would become very, very
Well acquainted.
well acquainted.
Oh, so well acquainted.
If somebody challenges you too, I would also say you don't even know my real name.
I'm actually a demon, and
You don't even know anything
I'm
about
on the material
me.
plane.
I'm the Lizard King.
I'm the Blizzard King. The next day, all my murals have a lizard face.
With a crown.
I'm just saying.
Well, thank you guys for the advice.
If you had to institute 3 suggestions, what would they be?
None of them.
I said 3 if you had to.
None of them.
You have to choose
If
3.
I have to choose
if you have
3,
to choose 3.
all right. The hydraulic desk for
That's
sure.
brilliant.
Yeah. The plaque of my heroes with just my name on it.
Again, that was just Molly.
Right.
but sure.
Actually, you know what? I think Molly's suggestions. I've all. You know what? You both are fired.
Well,
You both are fired, Molly.
you were never worthy of being a client of ours, to be honest. You were never willing to go that full step.
Listen,
and full
tell it to the
commit.
discus mural.
discus mural.
I will say, I do
You know,
like
if
the
you-
ABCs.
If
I
you
like
do
that
that,
rule.
if you do that discus mural, you're gonna come crawling back because you're gonna say, "Wow, this is incredible." And how can I get more
Actually,
great
I think
advice?
that was also Molly's suggestion, wasn't it?
No, that was mine.
I'm gonna attribute it to Molly. Here's a saw. You can go saw off the legs of your own
Here,
chair.
what's interesting about that is that she's now using our own tactics against us. So clearly, they were quite effective.
Yes.
It's ABC. Always be counterfeiting. So
Everything that you're doing just shows me that our advice was amazing.
I'm sorry. Who are you? I
live-
don't recognize you. Get out of my office.
This is actually my house. You can leave.
Those numbers are trash. And
You also here's just I keep coming up with these ideas. It's like they just keep popping. You need to just randomly yell that you drive a Prius. I drive a Prius. Like if anybody just what? Don't you dare insult me. I drive a Prius. I save the world. Meanwhile, you like are eating a bag of chips that you just throw out the window.
I just like throw out the window.
Yeah.
Some bird is like actively choking on it in the background.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm like, I love the earth.
I drive a Prius.
All right, friends.
Well, this has been Dafs, do you have anything to add? This has been an exceptional episode.
I love this episode so much. I think that you got to find certain things to put people in bad situations. Like, find out in a way that no one knows that you know, but you know that someone has like a deathly allergic reaction to bees. And the very next weekend, you guys go to a retreat for like
On a bee farm.
being a better team to work together, and it's on a bee farm, and you have to do beekeeping.
Always beekeeping.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
ABC.
That's the shirt that I make for everyone. I have to remind like my employee of this horrible experience that they had, this near-death experience.
Always be creeping. You're just constantly like outside their houses.
Always be congratulating me.
Yeah.
Tell me again about the time I won that world record.
I really
Tell me about the time I got Employee of the Month. Sally got it. No, I did. My name is clearly Sharpied on there.
That is one thing from the movie Horrible Bosses that he does that I loved, was that he promoted himself.
I don't think I ever saw that movie.
He absorbed... He was vice president, and then there was, like, regional vice president, and instead he gave himself the title of regional vice president and just knocked the wall down and doubled the size of his office. And then he would give himself, like, a raise. You'd have, like, you know, different, like, employee of the month would go to him. And he would make sure, he would do, like, the full-on, regular, like, get everyone together, do a clapping, whatever, but for himself. And it was a...
I need to see this movie.
It's
Apparently.
terrible. It's great.
It's a terrible movie. I've seen it. I give it half a star.
It's because they didn't take your advice.
No, we could have written a Horrible Bosses movie that
We
was
could have.
a million times
We basically
better.
just did.
We could have.
Yeah. I'm going to write a book about it, and I'm going to make $1 million.
And then I'm going to take it, cross out your name, and put mine on there.
And then I will know that you're ready. That's when I'll know.
All right.
I think this has been a fantastic episode.
It has.
And for all of the listeners out there, I think that we've given you all, a lot of... These are things that you can institute even if you're not in charge. Mm-hmm. You just assume authority.
Mm-hmm.
Paint your cubicle black.
Paint your cubicle black. Start being interested in things that no one understands.
Start a coup.
Yeah. Join the fist. Yeah, it's just like
No.
just like The Office.
Yeah.
Join the fist. Use words like subversive a lot.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
And foment.
Wait, what?
Foment?
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that is.
Like,
It means to bring about.
yeah. Just use revolutionary language a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about the people
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. We work at McDonald's. Exactly. We are the people. We can overthrow this McDonald's. Who's with me?
Just have very passionate soapboxes that you want everyone else to just convert to.
Here's an even better thing. Own a soapbox that you stand on occasionally.
Oh.
Yeah.
With a
just-
megaphone.
Sometimes I put it on top of the lifeguard chair to like stack achievements.
Yeah, exactly.
You could just stand on top of your desk.
You know
It's
what's
true.
funny is she doesn't
What the
want to
heck?
do any of these, yet she knows them so well
Right
at
away.
the top of her head.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be working like a couple weeks from now, and you're just going to be like, dang it, these employees need some grading and some degrading.
I find myself like buying a prize wheel on Amazon and I like can't control my hand as it's clicking.
Yeah.
You just
To
get
add
a,
to cart.
you just get a counterfeit Harvard University
Yeah.
thing. Put that on the wall.
Oh, that was the thing. You need to have all your credentials, whether they're real or fake, displayed on a wall.
You definitely
I have
could,
to have a school of hard knocks.
you could hire
diploma.
Molly to come in and paint your wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could fire
Paint
her.
it black.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. Anyways, these are all gold. We won't waste our time giving any more suggestions to you because our
That's true.
time is very valuable.
And I'm a really bad client.